Hey Earl, how are you?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How are you? How's it up in Canada?
I'm well. It's cold and craziness here, or almost off a lockdown, which is great. And how's it in Georgia? I'm sure.
I'm looking out the window here. It's kind of foggy, but it's actually pretty nice. It's not too bad.
Awesome, awesome. I love the fighter jet in the background. So for those of you who don't know, Earl is actually a Top Gun pilot. Um, Way better than Pete Mitchell, because we know him. No offense to Tom Cruise, but
Yeah, those were fun days. Those were
yeah.
fun days.
And that's how Earl and I know each other. So for the military camaraderie, him and his crew, a lot of ex-military. So Earl, I want to thank you for this opportunity. For those of you who don't know, if you didn't hear my intro, I have a big mouth sometimes, as some of you know, and Earl too. And I said, hey, Earl, next time there's a spot, we want it. Yeah, don't worry. It's okay. And Earl said, well, if you're going to do that in Canada, I actually just need one entity, one person, and $1 million. And I'm like, let me get back to you. So this is where I concocted this idea. And Earl, thank you for you and your team for allowing this of a fund for mom, because Rebecca and my
Yeah.
mom needed something. I like the more risk. And for those of you who want that, I will never share that with you, because I even shared my portfolio with them just yesterday on purpose for this. And they're like, what are you doing? This is not what we taught you. And I'm like, I know. It's not what I promised to Rebecca too. So Earl, thanks for your coaching. And we've known each other for about 4 or 5 years now. Spoken right across Canada. You were one of the lead coaches, the lead instructors, one of the lead traders. And I dig you. So thank you. Now, as I'm building you up, I'm going to do a little bit down of the main fund that we've wanted to, and we've been talking about for 5 years, isn't available in Canada, won't be from what we've seen.
No.
So this is
No.
the next best thing, right? So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So when that comes available, I'm not going to say you're fired, but we'll do something else. But I just thank you for this opportunity, and I just wanted people to meet you, and then we're going to push them towards, if they want, to click on below to do a full Q&A for 45 minutes or an hour with you, which is great. So why don't you tell us a bit about Shelf, Earl, and your process and what people can expect with your trading platform?
Well, it's good to be here. We've been looking forward to this for a long, long time. And our team has a really unique approach of we are more wealth preservation. We don't take risks. We do risk management in order to grow our wealth. We grow little bits at a time and we compound it. We don't try to hit home runs. And we are very selective in our clientele. That's why we have the bar so high, because what we do isn't for everybody. But if you've worked hard for something, like we've worked for hard and we've done stuff that's out of the ordinary, we like to protect what we have. Because we like working with like-minded people who have been successful, understand that the way to be successful is take less risk, not more risk. And our strategies in investing take care of that. Now, we are in the marketplace, in the stock market, and in the options market.
Mm-hmm.
The options market is a little riskier, but like I said, we're used to taking risks, but managing that risk, like flying an airplane. You don't jump in it without knowing what to do, because every time you take off, your life is in your hands. So we're very, very risk averse, but we like, operating in that narrow space where not many people can operate, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and I
And
think
we
that's
get
why
good
you
at it.
needed that size of funds, right? Because I thought,
Oh,
hey,
absolutely.
can we give you this amount, right? And I don't mind sharing figures on this, because these are my friends and family, where I said, hey, we originally talked about 100 grand, but the $100,000 would just go to you to trade. This is where we need to, as a pool, under the Canadian regulations, and I'll do a separate video on that. I don't want to get into the minutiae.
Okay, yeah. I
But it's
didn't
$1
want to get too
million
many details.
where one client coming to you, and this is where a lot of people, I don't think, understand it. And you guys are showing that to me too. Actually, having that more money decreases the risk, because you guys can do 10 different strategies broken down into 10. So it's only a 1% risk of a portfolio or plan. So
Then even inside of that, we break it down even smaller.
I love that. I love it. Now, I know you know my marketing side of trying to do things for mom, and I know you guys loved it. And I just also realized something else. So we're going to do this for mom, because we're going to try and explain it. I love the way you explain. And those who have seen you, and you might have seen Earl if you came, we went right across Canada with Tony Robbins and speaking, where Earl always explained it by buying a purse or buying his truck. So I just love your analogies. And I just realized something. We didn't coordinate this, but I was blue collared worker too, as a plumber and a military guy. Like you've got the blue collar, I've got the white collar. So but what I like about this is that this isn't for the white collar side. This is for the blue collar workers, or for the moms, or for everyone, which is what I like, right? Which isn't normally available, because normally,
No, no.
like yours is, and I don't fault you for this and love you for it, but when you said $1 million, ah, I'm like, I can't do that. So
It's not for everybody,
yeah,
but we want to help as many as we can. So
yeah, no, I appreciate that. Um, so talking about the risk on that side. Now, you also said, I want to go back to this, and I've just got on my notes here of a 5 year commitment. So for a lot of people, that's a lot of time. 5 years, right? But why do you have it set at a 5 year commitment for the funds?
because the market, especially where we're at right now, the markets go up, the markets go down, markets go sideways. So in a 5 year range, our strategies, some of them are for an uptrending market, some are for a sideways market, and some are for a downtrending market. So in that time frame, if we're going to be more profitable, we have to take all the market cycles that we can deploy our strategies in to have minimum risk and in our mind maximum profit. So it takes care of all the market cycles, and we're at the high right now.
Yeah.
So when it peaks and comes down, we'll be using those strategies. We don't think it's going to last more than a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take those strategies, and then we're off to the races again, and we have more strategy there. So we're going to take the whole cycle. And so having the capital now that we can add to what we're already doing, or we can help bring you into what we're already doing, you're going to catch this cycle at the perfect time. So it's a cycle. That's why the 5 years.
I love your Air Force speak, how it's like this and that, right? So it's like, I love it. I just love it and love it. So that's what I didn't understand too. And I'll be very blunt here. And this is because it's on a smaller group, I can share this, but I've done
Agreed.
really well, and you've seen the portfolio, double, triple the money, or I've lost half or 75%. So I can't bring this strategy. Although you've taught me, and thank you, and many other people too. I like it that it's just you, and I like that we're going to have all the parameters to check and double check, and you've got a buddy system, and I know your partners to check and double check, and then we've got an accountant to check and double check. But I loved how you said the 5 years, because not that I know or you know the crystal ball, but I think we're going to be in that flat zone for a while or down. It's still going up, but you guys make money going up, sideways, down, no matter what, which most people don't have. They're just relying on a whole market or mutual fund. So you have that ability, hence why the minimum and the different rules that you can go up, down, sideways trade. We have no control over that. You just
Yeah,
do.
and that's why we do risk management, because you don't have to hit a home run by catching the right wave at the right time. We just go with the flow.
Well, I want to thank you. I think this is a great intro. So, folks, we can't market this, we can't sell this, we can't do anything. But you can click below. It's an Eventbrite link that you can open all your questions. But I want to do a sneak peek. So they're like, tell me more about this and that. So I'll do a summary, because I think it's always good how I remember. And please correct me, because you're the boss, you're the guru and the access. It's a 5 year commitment. We've got a pool of $1 million. We'll leave the rest of that to how that's done for another time. 5 year commitment. This is something where you're going to do these things, and thank you. That was my commitment. Hey, I don't want to update these people. You're going to do a kind of a weekly email. Monthly email.
Monthly, yeah, we're not
Monthly,
doing
not
weekly.
weekly.
No.
Sorry, monthly email. We'll do a quarterly recording like this. But what I loved, and thank you, you and your team will do a yearly kind of a tutorial to teach us what's going on. So we're
Oh,
going to educate.
absolutely.
Yeah. And you're a military guy, combat
Yes.
veteran, Top
Yes.
Gun, one of the top coaching, speaking guys I like. So you're going to educate us. But what I like is you don't take the risks, right? You're worried more fog and friction, life and limb. You've got it all. So thank you. And yeah,
If you don't mind, I just say when I was flying, I always had a briefing that basically said we're up here as a team, and if we're up, we all have to get down as a team. So no one person has. We work as a team. All our lives are at stake here, so to speak, and I take that into this, and I don't take risk with my life. So why do I take risk with yours? I don't take risk with my money, so why do I take extreme risk with yours? But I do want to have better and better results.
Hey, Earl, I just forgot this. It's the most important thing. How do you guys get paid? We didn't cover that. I'm volunteering in this because I can't with my structure, but how do you guys get paid?
Our strategy is very simple. Is we do have expenses for the fund. Once those are covered, we don't make any take home until we fulfill our promises to our investors, and then after we've made the money for them, then we start talking about what we get. We don't take anything off the front end. It's all if we don't make if we're not able to have our clients happy, we don't get paid.
Right,
So
which I love this, right? A lot of funds
I
it's
don't want to speak.
2% every year of the expense fee and all that, which I said I don't want to do this, guys. So yours is only 25% of the gain up to a certain point, and we'll get into that minutia, but you only make
Yeah,
money when we make money and we get paid first, right?
absolutely. I didn't know if you want to
Love
get
it.
into those little details on this little call, but yes, that's the general specifics. Is we're so confident we know what we do, so it's
Love
no
it.
no big deal to us.
Love it. And yeah, we'll get into that more on the call. So join us. Thanks, Earl. And thank you for allowing this. I don't think you've ever done this with anyone else. So I appreciate
No.
that. And I think your main thing, which I'll get into, is we're hoping to do
Well, like
more
you
in
said,
Canada.
we
Yeah.
have done this others, but we've never done it in Canada.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
this
Yeah.
is an opportunity to come into, and we're looking forward to it. That's all I can say.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Earl, so very much. And we'll see you. We'll send out the time and date with people that do that. And thank you and your team. I really appreciate it. And stay safe, sir.
It's our pleasure. Same to you.
Thank you.